Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another deep dive. This one might be a little different than usual. We're talking about Elon Musk, but not Tesla, not SpaceX. It's something way more personal. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump in.
This is definitely a side of Musk we don't see too often.
Right. The big source for this deep dive is this New York Times article. And it's wild. Apparently Musk's been offering up his sperm, to people he knows.
I mean, that's not really how sperm donation usually works, right? It's usually anonymous through a clinic or something.
Yeah, exactly. This is more like, hey, you want to have my baby kind of vibes.
Oops.
Which is, well, it's Elon. And to make it even crazier, one of the people he apparently offered this to was Nicole Shanahan, Sergey Brin's ex-wife.
Whoa, wow. That's a whole other layer to this story.
Totally. And Shanahan's denied any romantic thing with Musk, but it's all pretty messy. But you know what I think is even more interesting is why Musk is doing this. He seems obsessed with birth rates declining.
He does talk about that a lot, like in
Yeah.
that interview with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. He was saying that things like birth control and abortion are messing with our limbic instincts or something.
Limbic instincts, those are basically our primal drives, like the
Nice.
deep down stuff related to survival and reproduction. It's complicated.
Well, whatever they are, Musk seems to think if people don't have more babies, civilization's going to crash and burn.
It is true that birth rates have gone down in some countries, but the global population's actually still growing. The UN's got data on that.
So maybe we're not all doomed. But Musk isn't just talking. He's actually doing something about it. He's building this massive compound in Texas, like a bunch of mansions. And get this, his kids and two of their moms are going to live there.
Huh. That sounds like a whole other deep dive waiting to happen.
Right. It's like he's creating his own little world, a Musktopia or something, where he can control everything.
It definitely seems like he wants to shape the future very directly, both through his genes and this environment he's making.
It's definitely not your average family setup. So we got to ask, what do you all think about this? Is Musk right to be worried about birth rates? Or is this all a bit much? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for part 2, where we'll dig even deeper into this wild story.
Back again for more on this crazy Elon Musk situation. It really is like something out of a movie.
It is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But there's a bigger picture here too, right? Like this whole thing about wealth and power.
Oh, definitely. I mean, think about it. Most people worry about paying rent. Musk's out here building a mansion village and possibly fathering who knows how many kids.
Exactly. It's almost like he's playing God or something, deciding who gets his genes, building his own world.
Yeah, it does make you think, does he think he can actually engineer a better future this way?
Well, can he? I mean, is it even ethical for someone to have that much influence?
That's a tough one. I mean, we do like to celebrate people who go after their dreams. But when you have that kind of money and power, the stakes are way higher.
True. And, not everyone agrees with Musk about this whole declining birth rate thing.
Right. There are plenty of people who say overpopulation is a much bigger problem, like those UN projections we talked about. They say the planet's already struggling to keep up.
So it's like Musk on one side worried about too few people, and then environmentalists on the other worried about too many.
It's not that simple, though.
Right.
It's not just two sides. It's way more complicated than that.
Okay, so to recap, we've got Elon Musk's unorthodox sperm donations, his fears about the birth rate dropping, and this crazy family compound he's building, plus all the ethical questions that these brings up. And on top of all that, there's also the political angle.
Oh, yeah. We can't forget about that. Musk's pretty vocal about his political views, and he's definitely aligned with some groups that are really focused on family and how society's changing.
It definitely makes you wonder, are Musk's actions really just personal? Or is there a bigger agenda here?
It's something to think about for sure. This whole story is a reminder that we need to be critical thinkers, especially with topics this complex.
All right, that wraps up part 2 of our Elon Musk saga. But stick around for part 3. We've got even more to unpack. All right, we're back for the final part of our Elon Musk deep dive.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride, right? Sperm donations, secret compounds. It's like a sci-fi movie or something.
It really does make you wonder what's going on in that head of his, like all this stuff about saving humanity. But then he's so focused on his own kids.
His own legacy.
Yeah, and that's what I keep coming back to. It's like, if he's so worried about declining birth rates, why not put his money and his energy into bigger solutions?
Exactly. There are so many things that contribute to this, like economic problems, lack of childcare, social pressures. You can't just create a bunch of mini Musks and call it a day.
Right. Like make the world a better place for all kids, not just your own part.
Yeah.
So what do you all think? Is Musk on the right track? Or is he kind of missing the point? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. And As we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's worth thinking about this. What if instead of just worrying about how many people there are, we focused on making life better for everyone? Imagine a world where all kids had the chance to thrive.
That's a great thought, and that's what we should all be striving for. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the mind of Elon Musk. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.